Hello all, welcome to my TED Talk about immigrants, and today I'll be discussing whether or not they are needed. Let's consider these three tech giants: Google, YouTube, and WhatsApp. Aside from their massive user interface and general accessibility, what do these three tech giants have in common? They were all founded by immigrants. Too often in American society, the accomplishments of those who weren't actually born here aren't given nearly enough reverence. In fact, immigrants are often deemed a burden to society and shunned by the right-wing media. Throughout my talk, I'll explain why exactly immigrants are needed and are crucial for society. One example of many of why immigrants are crucial to society can be seen with YouTube. Now, the founders of YouTube are actually Jawed Karim of Germany and Steve Chen of Taiwan. This website is the greatest provider of videos to nearly all 300 million Americans, but it is not well known that the founders of this website weren't actually from here. Beyond the scope of just videos, we can also look at Google. Now, Google is often credited as the achievement of Larry Page, but equally as important was Sergey Brin, a Russian immigrant. Now, Russia is often portrayed as the perpetual competitor of America within media. However, this couldn't be further from the truth, as the bond between an American and a Russian was actually responsible for creating the largest and most ubiquitous source of information on the entire planet. Now, aside from the achievements that the media fails to mention regarding immigrants, we must also consider how the media directly antagonizes these same immigrants as well. In fact, a 2018 study by the Berkeley Study Medias Group found that 13% of all California articles actually refer to undocumented immigrants as illegal aliens or illegals. These words undermine the overwhelmingly terrible conditions that these immigrants had to overcome in order to live a basic American life that many of us take for granted. Furthermore, none of these articles actually mentioned the immigrants' need for health care, how they contribute $11.74 billion in taxes per year, and sustain our Social Security program. Now, aside from just undocumented immigrants, we can also consider all immigrants in general who are currently facing scrutiny due to the public charge agenda which is being pushed by the Trump administration. This agenda essentially entails a lack or a cut of funding towards immigrants and the goal of decreasing immigrant rates altogether. Let's look at these small businesses, for example. Small businesses are often stated to be the backbone of our economy. Well, if that is true, then immigrants are essentially the backbone of small businesses, as 18% of all small businesses are owned by immigrants. So what this public charge agenda fails to recognize is that immigrants are essentially crucial to our economy, and taking them away or trying to lower their coming into society would actually be highly detrimental to our economy. Also, these small businesses owned by immigrants are responsible for creating nearly 5 million American jobs and generating $776 billion of revenue annually. Furthermore, aside from just small businesses, immigrants are also integral to our STEM field. What a recent study found that immigrants are actually 33% of all engineers, 27% of computer scientists, and 24% of physical scientists. Now, these statistics are especially overwhelming when we consider how the immigrant population is much smaller than the American-born population. What these numbers imply is that immigrants are highly innovative, and taking them away from society would be highly detrimental to our technological frontier. So, at the end of the day, it is the beautiful synergy between all Americans, regardless of their origin, that makes our country great. So the next time immigrants are deemed to be less American due to their place of birth, we must keep in mind how they wholeheartedly represent the long-standing values of courage, bravery, and resilience. I'll leave my TED Talk with this poster which says, "Immigrants make America great again."